How to get an SBA loan with bad credit? And the answer to that is, hi, this is Michael with Viral Funding Solutions. I'm going to jump right into it. The way you get an SBA loan with bad credit, I'm still looking for it too. The honest truth is, if it's not an EIDL loan, which is different credit requirements than an SBA 7A/504, and that's what we're going to focus on, it's pretty hard to get accepted. And I'm going to get into how far back you can go so you can meet those eligibility requirements. Maybe you have a less than desirable credit score and credit reports, etc., and how you can possibly still get approved for. So what you want to have is personal and business credit together. That is the key right there. The two components. I usually get a lot of people, whether you're looking to acquire an existing business, maybe you're using it for your existing business for growth and expansion, payroll on top of that, and a few other reasons. I always see a change between the two. Perhaps you have the credit requirements in your personal side, but you lack the business credit. It's not established. You haven't built enough accounts under it, not enough trade lines are reporting. You're not continuously improving it because that's what the lender wants to see is not only have you set up an account with Dun& and Bradstreet, what's your paydex score, what's your financial assessment with a few other things, what's your risk calculated, but also, do you have a paydex score? Do you have a good paydex score, like an 80 and above? If not 80, then it could be your personal credit score that can help outweigh that in certain circumstances with certain lenders. So before I go any deeper into the business credit side, you want to know what you need to meet with personal credit. You have to have a 680 usually and above. And this is going to look through your FICO consumer credit reports. So make sure you have your consumer credit bureaus all together. And what you also want to look at is, well, what is it reporting? Is there anything negative, anything outstanding? No recent late 30-day payments, and even after 30 days, no bankruptcies, foreclosures, open tax liens, UCC liens, perhaps, because the lender may not want to come into a second position like other types of services. So you have to get a handle on that. And usually those foreclosures, bankruptcies, and so forth can go for about the last 3 years, nothing in the last 3 years or so. And sometimes they may look even deeper than that. But a 680 and above is generally the assessment. Sometimes you can come down to about a 660, 650, but it better outweigh over here in business credit. And you better have sufficient enough cash flow, like you're doing very strong. Perhaps if you needed a down payment for a business acquisition or for another purpose, you have that and more. You have the assets to back it up, the equity, the liquidity. But a fair assessment, you want to have a 680 and above. And what the credit score requirement dictates is, hey, it's more of a morality, it's more of a character uh, issue or a character flaw, or it could be a character that's up and doing much better. And what I mean by that is, are you making your payments on time? Are you paying your bills? Are you late? How fast are you paying them? What's showing on your actual credit reports? And that tells a lot about a person and their character and how they go about handling their own personal life and who they really are. So that's a fair assessment. So if you would like to learn more about the SBA as well, quick uh, update here. There's a lot of information down below in the description where I've already spoken about the SBA 7A and 504 program, as well as the microloans, the 8A mentoring, the Community Advantage program, Capital Line programs, and all of these other ones. So if you want to see more about the SBA 7A and 504, look down below. You'll see my #1 recommended thing to do. And it'll give you a lot more in-depth information as opposed to what I'm giving you here. There's a lot of stuff on the share screen, more eligibility requirements. Right now, we're just focusing on the credit part of this equation. So if you want to learn all about the other parts, like what I said, on business, personal credit on top of, you want to have 2+ years in business. You want to at least have, you want to have an existing business to qualify because you still have to meet that. You want to have at least 2+ years of profitability, and the most recent, the better. If we look at 3 years of tax returns, we want to see recent profitability. That is really helpful. We would like to collect information on year-to-date financials, profit and loss, income statement, balance sheet, personal financial statements, recording your assets and liabilities. There's quite a bit more, and I can guide you through this process. But if you meet the credit requirements off of this one video that we're focusing on, then that's something you may want to take a look at. And then the annual revenue requirements, generally you want to be doing over 400,000, over 500,000 in a lot of cases to be qualified for these types of programs. Profitability and credit are the two biggest determining factors for you getting approved for the SBA 7A loan and 504, et cetera. And the profitability is what we look at. What's your credit? Is it strong enough? What there's negative trade lines reporting. You are dipping back and forth. We're unsure about the consistency, and then we have to look at it even deeper. So those two, and can then determine on your tax returns. I can look at this year-to-date financials, profit and loss, your debt service coverage ratio. It's a formula that I do and what I calculate, and there's quite a little bit more. I don't want to bore you on those, but I look at different percentages and I make an assessment, and I can pre-underwrite a lot of files before they even go into underwriting. So I'll leave you with that in mind. If you are still interested in the SBA 7A and you meet the credit requirements we spoke about today, and if I didn't mention this, a PAYDEX score, yes, and then also a FICO SBSS score, which is an assessment of your personal and your business credit, its creditworthiness. So once you have personal credit, business credit, you get this FICO SBSS business liquid credit score, and you usually want to be around 150, 155, sometimes 140. But since the market's always changing, right now it's harder times, that score ends up going up a little bit. But to learn more about the SBA 7A and all else, if you'd like to know where to get started, perhaps you don't qualify for this and you're looking for an alternative now that you know you don't meet the credit requirements, I have more information down below, as well as a business loan questionnaire form you can fill out to get a very personalized and customized email response on your best funding option and options, very thoroughly broken down by myself, who's an expert business loan broker, if I didn't say that in the beginning. And for all other information, you can refer down there, but that questionnaire form would be the best way. You already filled it out. Great. I'll get in touch with you soon. I do tend to get flooded from time to time, but that's what you want. You want to work with somebody who has that kind of exposure and who's going to go above and beyond. And I don't look at it as business. I look at it as you as a personal human being first. How you feel first. That's what I care about, the human. And then secondly, we can go into your business, which I know it doesn't matter for you first and foremost in a lot of cases. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you felt you got a lot of value out of it, please share it with others who you feel will get that value the same way you did and or more. If you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and do so. Click that bell notification icon so you do not miss any future videos I will be coming out with. And for all questions, comments, concerns, please feel free to voice them for me down below. Let me know what you learned, what you liked about this video, what you're trying to do, and I'll get a hold of you. That's it for now. Talk soon.